Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Namaste and good afternoon. Welcome to another segment of the Sunday afternoon lime right here in snowy Toronto, Canada. Yes, we are having our very first snowfall, and it was so nice just going outside and just letting that snow fall on my face and my hair and everything was just really good. It was fun. Anyways, I hope you guys are all staying safe and practicing social distancing. I just want to give you a quick update on the COVID-19 situation in Ontario. So the Peel and Toronto region they are in the gray zone, which means complete lockdown. So that is going to last a minimum of 28 days, and there is a $750 fine if anyone is caught violating public health rules. So what does that mean? It means no indoor gatherings with anyone outside a person's household, and restaurants are limited to takeout, drive-through, and delivery only. So funerals and weddings are limited to 10 people indoors and outdoors. All gyms are closed. Non-essential retail and malls are open. They're actually limited to curbside pickup and delivery only. Personal care services are closed. Casinos, bingo halls, all of that stuff. Let's see, we've got post-secondary institutions have been moved to virtual instructions, and we've got pharmacy, doctor, dentist, grocery stores, and essential services will remain open, and schools will remain open. That is up in the air. That's still being debated right now. So my region where I live is Durham, and that is in the red zone, which means that we are taking stringent measures to control the transmission of this virus. So we're not in complete lockdown as yet. We are still allowed to dine in. Our malls are still open. Everything is still open here. So we're still good. Let's just hope that we don't go into complete lockdown. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen. I just want to urge everybody to just make sure that you wear your mask, social distance. This thing, we can beat it, right? We can keep our numbers down if we all do our part. And it's up to you and me. We've got to do our part. We've got to wear the mask and we've got to social distance. So that's my little sermon on the COVID-19 situation here in Toronto today. So guys, please stay home, right? Just go out whenever it's absolutely necessary and just stay home, right? It's not that difficult, just stay home. Anyways, for those of you who are joining us right now, we have quite a few people online with us right now. Please share the page and let's get as many people on as possible today. And just for those of you who are joining us right now, we are coming to you live and direct from Toronto, Canada. And just want to give you a little bit of background about why I started this Sunday afternoon lime program. I saw a void in the industry where newcomers, new singers, some of them are not being given a fair chance. They're not getting the publicity or the promo needed to showcase their songs or their events or whatever. And I thought it would be a great idea to start something up so whereby I can showcase some new artists and also showcase some existing artists and some popular artists as well too, and I've had quite a few of those already on the program. So today we are going all the way to the British Virgin Islands, where I'm going to be introducing you to a fantastic DJ Shaun Fantastic Soundz. He's coming to you all the way live from the British Virgin Islands. So let's just welcome him in. To unmute. Can you hear me, Shaun?
Hey guys, good afternoon. Hey Mala, good afternoon. I'm hearing you
How
loud and
are
clear.
you? Perfect,
Good, I'm
perfect.
good, I'm good. Enjoying the beautiful weather, of course, in the BVI,
Yeah, and as you can see, I'm all like bundled up for the weather outside right now because it's not that cold, but it's snowing, and it's snowing really heavily. Yeah,
I know I look at your video a couple minutes ago and I
yeah,
was like
yeah.
cracking up, man. You guys having snow right now and I'm having wonderful sunshine here in
I
BVI.
know. I need to hop on a plane and come there, but unfortunately, we're not even allowed to leave right now, too. So, um, anyways, I just want to give our audience a quick intro on you, and then we'll get into the conversation. So Shaun was born in a village called Lusignan on the east coast of Demerara, Guyana. And he was very interested in cricket and music at a very young age. He started playing cricket at the Lusignan Cricket Club at the age of 14, and then he also got involved in music at the age of 12. He says living in the British Virgin Islands has been a challenge because he's had to adjust to the culture and the music and the way of life. And we'll talk about all of that in a minute. He's also a prominent DJ there. And he also does commentary for the local cricket club in the BVI. Some of his DJ skills have landed him gigs in the USA and across the Caribbean. And he's also a singer, which I just got to know like maybe a few months ago. So welcome, Shaun. Thank you for being on the program today.
Thank you so much, Mala. I must say, special thanks to you for making my segment today. I know this was long overdue, like 2 weeks back when you hit me up.
Exactly.
So I gotta say thank you so much. You have done an absolutely great job on your program. I've listened to all of them. I have followed them and continue doing the great works as well, Mala.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. I mean, it started off, as a experimental stages back in May and June. So I think we've pretty much got a handle on it now. So we're hoping for the best, right?
Definitely, for sure.
Absolutely. So Shaun, can you start off this conversation by telling us, like, how did you, first of all, when did you move to the BVI?
Well, I actually came to the BVI 16 years ago. That was quite a long time. 16
Wow.
years ago, leaving beautiful Guyana and came here. I must say I've really, really enjoyed the BVI so far.
Absolutely. So apart from being a DJ there, what else do you do?
Well, I have my full-time job, where I work a company called Rotang Wholesale, dealing with inventory, dealing with sales, and I love it. It started off as a challenge for me, getting the people or the right job and the right staff to work with. But I must say I've really, really been enjoying it, and lots more great things to come as well in the future with my job, with music and other things as well in terms of cricket, and so many more great things ahead. Mala.
I know. I didn't even know that you existed until you messaged me once and you told me about, you sent me a couple of your songs, and I'm like, oh, this is very interesting. And I know you were supposed to be on the program, I think a couple months ago, but you got really busy. So can you let our audience know how you got started in music and what was the inspiration behind it?
Well, I mean, how I got it started for music. Something I always ask myself the question: how did I actually start it off as music? But it come back to my parents. Growing up in Guyana back in the days, when I was a kid, my dad, we used to have a business back home where we have like music, we have weekend, we have like domino competition, and it was actually one of our growing business in New York, in Lusignan. And I can remember how it all started at the age of 12. My dad bought those Lasonic tape, and he
You
bought
mean
it not only for.
those little cassette tape?
Correct. He
Okay.
bought those cassette player, and I was so fascinated about it because after school I just run up to the stairs and I go and play music rather than eating lunch and stuff. And my mom used to get so angry with me. She says, Shaun, as you come from school, you just gone into music. So eat something and then relax yourself. And when you come home, you'll do that. So the inspiration came from my dad at the age of 12. Start playing Muhammad
Mm-hmm.
Rafi, Kishore, Lata, Mukesh. Growing up in that era where I grew and listened to great singers and singers that really inspire me. And that's how my musical career started. And playing at parties or backyard parties, family get together, and that's how the music journey all started.
Right, right. I've listened to you play. You're a very prominent DJ right now in the BVI, but how did you get started as a DJ? Like, why did you want to become a DJ?
Okay, well, it's a very, very interesting question. A lot of people have asked me the same question as well. First of all, coming to the BVI, it's, as I said, it's a challenge because we here in British Virgin Islands, we have a wide variety of listening audience out there. We
Hmm.
have people from India, we have people from South Africa, all part of the Caribbean live here. And when I started off first as a DJ, I was kind of want to know the BVI culture, what it is about, what's the music about. Knowing the fact that I will be DJing for different events. And I found it very challenging, to be honest. You know,
Hmm.
the first time I started to play at a bar, I got criticized by a well-known promoter. I must say, he's one of the big promoter over here, and he told me, he said, Sean, you want to become a DJ. I don't think you will be far in getting what you're doing because you don't know how to mix the music, you don't know how to speak on a mic, and you don't know these basic stuff. So that right there is a challenge to me. But
Yeah.
I grew up from it, and I figure out different things. And getting to know the music of the BVI culture and the West Indian culture, and also my Guyanese culture, mixing the chutney, mixing the
Mhm.
Bollywood, the soca, the dancehall, now the Afrobeat, and reggaeton, all variety of music. I have been able to conquer a lot of our difficulties and a lot of challenge before I started off DJing.
So you can actually say that that was a motivating factor, him telling you that you can't do it. So you had to prove it to yourself that you could do it.
Definitely, definitely. That's a motivation by itself. And I'm a person like this. I always like to prove people wrong.
Hmm.
Wherever I do something, I always try to do it to the best of my ability. Even if I'm trying to do it, I will do it to the best of my ability. So, as I said,
Absolutely.
DJ career, you gotta love music. This art is not about popularity. This art is not about how many people you have supporting you. It's about knowing your music. It's about playing music for the fans out there, not for yourself. And that's something that I have learned as I get older and as I get more mature in the DJ business. You know, playing for the fans. I always
Right,
like them to be
right.
happy.
What would you say are some of the traits or skills necessary in order to become a successful DJ?
Well, the most important thing as a DJ is about mixing the music. That's a basic. You got to start from mixing the music, knowing your beats per minute, knowing your transition. Maybe sometime when you're in a hype session, you got to know how to turn it down. It's simple things like that, and it's kind of difficult when you don't know the basic first. And
Mhm.
you gotta love it. You gotta love this craft. This craft is an amazing craft, and as my fellow DJs out there, it's a wonderful craft. But also, it can get to your head as well if you not be humble. So you
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
humble. You gotta be humble, and that's my motto: be humble, be simple, and be yourself.
Well, I know for a fact that there's lots of money to be made in being a DJ because I mean, even here it's super expensive to hire a DJ for an event like a wedding or, a big celebration or whatever. What is it like in the BVI? Do you get a lot of gigs there?
Well, yeah, I do get a lot of gigs, but gigs normally do like in terms like the tourism season because we in the British Virgin Islands we have a season that sometime in 5 months is busy, 5 months is slow, but more than likely every weekend I just have a gigs. I just be playing at the club, sometime at the bar, but because of COVID now,
Yes,
things have drastically slowed down a lot. But
exactly.
most of my gigs is like soca event, dancehall event, um, Latino event and stuff. Apart from the chutney and the Indian and stuff,
Hmm.
I always like to play in those segment of music.
So, what type of techniques do you use to engage your listeners?
Well, very very good question. As I said, it's all about the fans. It's all about the listeners out there. When I come on the radio, say for instance the radio, for example, because you guys know me from the radio. When I come on the radio on a Sunday, I play mostly devotional segment and stuff. So when I start to play like my oldies and my Bollywood and stuff, I feed off from the crowd, see what they want, see what they're
Hmm.
excited about, and from then on, like I said, okay, hey, this is probably a lovers rock session, or this is a oldie session, or this is a chutney session. So I normally feed off from the listening pleasure out there.
Exactly. And that's important. That's why I asked you that question, because I've seen a lot of DJs who just want to, they get on that microphone and they get up there and they play for themselves rather than playing for the audience. And it's really important to play for the audience and not just for yourself, right?
Exactly, and you got to remember to not one type or two type of person is listening to you out there. You may have so many people out there is listening, and sometimes they might say, the DJ only playing for himself and being on the mic. So at the end of the day, it's all about the listeners out there and the crowd.
So in this day and age of social media, how important is it to have a huge following on social media?
Well, it's a very huge thing now to be exact, because I am a social media person out there, but I don't really be out like like being on a virtual concert DJing and stuff, because I have so many things going on. But for the people out there who wants entertainment, we the DJ provided that, and
Mhm.
sometimes I feel that the people out there don't give us the praise and thanks we need, because at the end of the day, we does the hard work. We does the hard work in doing this. We do this for fun sometimes. And like me, I do it for the fun and the listeners and the passion for music.
And I think that's the most important thing. It's so important to love what you do in order to enjoy it, right?
Of course, of course.
Yes, for sure. So, what is the most rewarding or satisfying part of being a DJ?
Well, the most rewarding part and satisfying part to be a DJ, I must say, okay, say for instance, you book me for a wedding or any occasion, right? You book me for a wedding, you expect that me to do well, of course. Um, while playing at that gig or at that wedding, and have everybody dancing on that floor and everybody enjoying themselves, and at the end of the party, Marla could come and say, "Hey, Sean, well done. I'm happy what you did." That's the most interesting thing for me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. And do you also like, when you have professional gigs, say for big events and whatever, do you offer like a written contract if anybody hires you?
Well, to be honest, I have not. I have not, because you see, we in the BVI here, and I'll speak in the BVI because of my experience. We do things kind of a little laid back in the island term, so to speak. You guys deal with more professionalism and stuff. And in soon time to come, I'll be heading to Florida. So as you know, I get into the U.S. market, I'll be able to do that and do things in a different way as well.
So when you say you're heading to the US, are you just coming for gigs? Do you get hired out a lot?
Well, I'll be living in the U.S. hopefully very, very soon, man. My
Oh,
fiance, my lovely
really?
fiance. I know she's locked on. I haven't checked my phone, but Shamisa is locking on right now. I just want to say good afternoon to you and everybody. So yeah, I'll be heading to Florida. You guys gonna see me more and more often and stuff.
So you're actually going to leave that really nice, hot, uh, beautiful island and you're going to come to snow?
Listen, the BVI is amazing place. I mean, for who came to the BVI already, I know a lot of people have came here. They love the islands, but in some time in life, you gotta think in a different way, so to speak, as a man. We men sometimes always believe in just being one stage, and it's all about go to live up in life and do what's more you can. There's always better things out there.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So can you tell us, like, you talked a little bit about the struggles of living in the BVI when you first moved there about 16 years ago. What are some of the struggles that you're facing there today?
Well, you're taking me back, way back in time again. The struggles where I got to especially my DJ career. A lot of a lot of people, jealous-minded people out there, don't want to give you a chance. They don't want to give you a chance. They want to stifle you down because of, they may know a person out there, and here's DJ Shaun as a young person coming up in the business. They
Mm-hmm.
don't want to give me a chance, and I have experienced that a lot of times. Not only in music, but in cricket and in so many things. And Marla,
Right.
I know you experience sort of things like that as well. I will
Yes.
give you a perfect example. I got booked for an event in an island called Virgin Gorda. I don't know if you're familiar with that island, but it's an island like 25, 30 minutes away from here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got in contact with some people that got booked like for 3 months and so, and I charge them the fees and stuff, and they say okay, it's good that they're ready for me to come. So where I live, I had to take all my system. I have a huge system and stuff back then. I had to take it with no help really. Basically, it's like a one-man show. That's when I first started off in the business. And I go and I set up in this wonderful place in a nice island, set up the music system, nice background and everything else. And they had a certain promoter that was out there. He was part of the event as well. I didn't know he was a part of the event because if I had known, I would not have gone to the event. So by DJing at the gigs and stuff, these guys was there and they was like, condemning me and telling me who invited you to this and you cannot do this and you cannot do that. I keep my mouth shut. You see, in the next 3 hours, the place was so packed, Mal. I have videos on my phone I could show you. It was one of the biggest events that the BVI have ever experienced. It's called Poker Run. It's an annual thing we normally do. And that was one of the
Okay.
biggest events for me as a
Right.
DJ. I was now about to coming up in the music industry. 2012, I think. That was one of the big events. And that was the promoter that was trying to keep me down. And from then on, I've been having gigs all over the world, all over the place, man.
So how did you get involved with the Abby Tunes radio?
Habitudes Radio came along very, very simple, man. Like ABC. Absolutely. Like ABC. Um, Going to Chutney Glow in 2000, well, actually 2016, I was supposed to go to Chutney Glow. But unfortunately, we had a devastating storm called Maria and Orma. I didn't know if you're familiar with it. A lot of people
Yes.
did not,
Yes.
not know that. And I could not get to go Chutney Glow in 2016. I started playing for the radio at that same year as well. And Roshan Sicharan and Terry G, who influenced me to start off playing on the radio. I was never ready to be on the radio, to be honest. And one day, I can remember like about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Roshan called me and said, "Hey, Sean, can you go on the radio? I want to see, if you're ready for this." I said, "Bro, I'm nervous. I don't want to come on, man." You know, and he influences me to come on, and from then on, everything just started off. So I gotta say special thanks to Roshan, special thanks to Terry G. There's the people that give me the influence to come on Abbey Tunes Radio, and they are great people.
Correct. Correct. Now let's talk a little bit about your singing career. Tell us what motivated you to get into singing. I mean, you're this popular DJ, and then all of a sudden you come out with some beautiful tracks. Let's talk about the motivation behind that.
Well, I mean, the motivation towards singing is all in the DJ career. We DJ sometimes just love to be on the decks, entertaining people out there and being on the mic and stuff. But for me, being in the music industry have not only teach me to DJ, have teach me how to interact more with people. Have teach me to love music more. So when I was in Guyana in 2015, yeah, 2015, I was driving through the Regent Street, a very very busy street in Georgetown, with me and Nishal. I don't know if you're familiar with Nishal B.
Yes, I am.
So Nishal B was there, and he was singing, and I was singing together. We were just singing together for fun. And Nishal B said, boy, you know what? I think you should do a song, you know. I said, me should do a song, bro. I'm very nervous. I don't even know how to sing a line with a song. So Nishal B, again, I always give props to people that teach
Yeah,
me this
yeah.
thing. You know, Nishal B is a guy who is like a brother to me, who start me out as a as a singer. So he said, "What? Watch, Sean. Before you go back to Guyana, me and you gonna do a track." So he said, "Look at the track that you want, and we're gonna do it." And there I end up with a song track called Sonona, a very popular song from the movie Chalte Chalte.
Right.
I didn't do a lot of practice on that song. I never went to a studio. The only practice I got was the night before I do the track with Bunty in Shieldstown in Guyana in Barbies.
Right, right.
So I had to drive all the way on the East Coast, head up straight to Shieldstown very early because you know Barbies is far. And I did a track. Make a long story short. My ex and me had some issues at the time, and you know we was like fighting about and stuff. And I just always loved that track, and I did that track because of the love for music.
So
You
this is
know,
the
for the
track.
love of music.
Is this the track that you did with Nishal B?
Yeah, yeah. It's called Sonona.
All right. So why don't I take a quick break and let me play that track so that our viewers know exactly what we're talking about.
No problem.
Mm, this one.
It's your boy DJ Shaun, alongside DJ Shaun DKVJ production for the ladies and babies.
तुमने ना जाना कि मैं दीवाना लेकर आया हूँ दिल का नजराना मेरे दिल की है जो दास्तां सुनो ना सुन लो ना हम सफर मुझे को सुन लो ना सुन लो ना तुमने ना जाना कि मैं दीवाना लेकर आया हूँ दिल का नजराना मेरे दिल की है जो दास्तां सुनो ना सुन लो ना हम सफर मुझे को सुन लो ना सुनो ना सुन लो ना
Girl, the type of loving that you give me really bad. Sweet type of loving, girl, driving me real mad. Girl, the type of loving that you give me really bad. Sweet type of loving, girl, driving me real mad. You sweet like a sugar, you not sour like a lime. You are the one always there for my mind. Girl, you know I love you and I can't waste no time. Baby, come to me 'cause you're my sunshine. Girl, the type of loving that you give me really bad. Sweet type of loving, girl, driving me real mad. Girl, the type of loving that you give me really bad. Sweet type of loving, girl, driving me real mad.
जो तुम सुम हो तो मैं हैरान हूँ ये राज कैसे तुमको बताऊँ तुम सुम हो तो मैं हैरान हूँ ये राज कैसे तुमको बताऊँ तुम पर मरता हूँ मैं सच कहता हूँ मांगते देख लो मुझसे जा सुनो ना सुन लो ना हम सफर मुझे को सुन लो ना सुन लो ना
I'm telling you, baby, I love you from the start. Sweet, sweet body like a work of art. I know this had to be something special from the start. We'll always be together, we gonna never be apart. Girl, the type of loving that you give me really bad. Sweet type of loving, girl, driving me real mad. Girl, the type of loving that you give me really bad. Sweet type of loving, girl, driving me real
मैं
mad.
भी हो तन्हा तुम भी तन्हा हो घर साथ हम हो तो सोचो क्या हो मैं भी हो तन्हा तुम भी तन्हा हो घर साथ हम हो तो सोचो क्या हो जो मंजिल जो दीवाने दिल ले चले प्यार का कारवां सुनो ना सुन लो ना
That's a fantastic song. I love it. I love it. You have such a beautiful voice. Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing. And I think you've done a collab with Angela Moti as well too, right?
yeah. I did a collab with Angela Moti when I went to Florida and stuff, and I actually have a next collab with her, and also one with one of your guests today with Vicardi Singh as well.
Oh,
For
really?
So yeah,
Okay.
we have a lot more music. You know, a lot of people ask me, Mala, before I go, because I know we catching up sometime. How can DJ Shaun do all these things? You know, being on the radio, sing, being on cricket. It's so much, but at the end of the day, man, it's all about loving what you do. It's all about giving your best, whatever you want to do. Like, I come to talk to you here, and I just inspired by so many people, and I must say thanks to all the listeners, and thanks for the people out there for the love and the support.
Well, you have quite the following as well on Facebook right now. I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people. Leela Ganesh, Irene Adams, Kevin Prashad, Lenai, Diamond Vibes. We've got Priya, Irene. Who else we've got here? Baskernan, Roy Prasad, watching from Toronto. And I think we have a few. Judy Guyadine, she says amazing singing, beautiful voice. And we have some people right here from Toronto and also from New York City. We also have a couple of viewers from South Africa as well, listening in and watching as well too. So, you know, you have gone your music, like you do a live, I think it's every Sunday you do a live.
Yeah, my session on the radio is 12 to 2, and also Tuesday we have a Fantastic Songs Power Hour from 7 to 9 with me.
So where do you find the time to do all these things?
Well, that's the thing. It goes back to the love of what you do, Mala. You know, it goes back to the love
Exactly.
of what you do. You know, when you love something, you always find the time, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's fantastic.
Exactly.
Listen, I
And
know that we're pressed for time with you here, but I do have a little rapid fire questions for you. So I'll ask a couple of questions, 6 questions, and then just answer whatever comes to mind.
but
Okay?
before we do the Mala, let me just quickly shout out to Navin out of Tropic Flavor. Navin,
Okay.
big up to you, brother. Big up to the whole Fantastic Songs crew. Too numerous to mention. DJ Bass, DJ Mids, and all the listeners out there. Abby Tunes Radio, 592 Song Boys. Very very talented people out there, and all my fans out there. And also my beautiful fiance rocking in, and also her family, my mom, my sister, and everybody else. Today is my grandma birthday actually. So she's
Oh, happy
so
birthday, Grandma.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you could go right ahead now, Mala.
For sure, for sure. Listen, okay, so I'm gonna do this 6 questions, but before I do that, do you have any parting words that you want to give out to anybody out there? Like, I know there are lots of young DJs coming up. Is there any bit of advice you would like to impart on them?
Yeah, advice for those upcoming DJs. As I said in my opening statement, you must love music. That's one. Second, you gotta be humble. If you don't be humble, you will not be elevated in this DJ business at all, or any business. You as an artist by yourself, Mala, you know what this. So be humble, love what you do, and most of all, be yourself. Don't be like Mr. Nanku or Mr. David. Be yourself. You know,
Right.
as a person out there, when you're doing your stuff, you want to be yourself. Yes, it's okay to want to be somebody, but at the end of the day, yourself is very important. And that's my little
Absolutely.
advice to DJs out there.
Being real and staying real to yourself.
Of course,
Wonderful.
of course,
Wonderful advice.
100%.
All right, here's my rapid rapid fire questions to you. First thing that comes to mind, what is your favorite song to play on the radio?
Favorite song to play on the radio, Anna Anna,
Ah,
from
okay. Your favorite food?
Dakari Dalpuri.
What? Favorite sport?
Cricket, of course.
Best place you ever visited?
Best place I ever visited gotta be Orlando, Florida. Amazing place.
Awesome. What is the worst song you ever listened to?
Oh my God, that's the worst song I ever listened to is a song from Vibes Cartel. I can't remember the song. But yeah, I can't
Okay.
remember the song right now.
All right, no problem. We'll skip that one. Who's your favorite singer?
Favorite singer right now? You mean like in Chutney, Bollywood, or
Anything, anywhere, any
favorite singer
genre.
gotta be Kumar Sanu, my all-time
Awesome.
favorite in Bollywood.
Perfect. And who would you like to collab with if you get the opportunity? Anybody.
Who I would like to collab with? I have two persons in mind. Terry, of course, and Raymond.
Awesome. All right, those are my two as well. Well, thank you very much, Shaun. It's been swell. It was a fun little episode that we did here. Thank you again. I know you have a gig to go to very soon, and it was my pleasure to host you here today and to showcase some of your songs. And I'll part with one more of your song for our audience. Give me one sec.
Yeah, Mala. Before you do that, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to disappoint my fans sometimes because when a lot of people see me just DJing on the decks and that's it. But I want to sing a song or a one verse before I go. One
Sure.
verse.
Go right ahead. Go right
For
ahead.
all the fans locking in right now, too numerous to mention. तुमने ना जाना कि मैं दीवाना लेकर आया हूँ दिल का नजराना मेरे दिल की है जो दास्ता हो सुनो ना सुन लो ना हम
Wow.
समझे को चुन लो ना हो मैं भी हो तन्हा तुम भी तन्हा हो घर साथ जो हम हो तो सोचो क्या हो. All the fans locked in, big up to you, Mala, big up to the whole crew, big up to Abby Tunes, Fantastic Soundz.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just stay there for 2 more minutes. Let me just play a little bit of this new song of yours. I'm not so sure if it's new, but it's the Chutney medley, I think.
Yes, that I did, I think, was 2 years back.
Right.
It's your boy DJ Shaun with a brand new one in a combination style inside the BK DJ studio, man. There we go. Masira soye halwa, masira soye halwa. Ari patarwa, ho patarwa, e patarwa ko de. Masira soye halwa, ari patarwa ko de. Masira soye halwa, masira soye halwa, masira soye halwa, ari patarwa ko de. Masira soye halwa, ari patarwa ko de. Masira soye halwa. Let me see your wine, let me see your wine, let me see your wine, 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 wine. Chowdi nake padhi manaave, padhi manaave. Chowdi nake padhi manaave, padhi manaave. Shakti ke na banne, shakti ke na banne. Patarwa, oh patarwa, he patarwa ko de. Masira soye halwa, ari patarwa ko de. Masira soye halwa. Walk up your waist, girl. Wind up the body, girl. Walk up your waist, girl. And wind up the body, girl.
So I really like that. That was amazing. I love that medley. I just discovered that on YouTube just now. So
Yeah, great collab up as well. You know, Bonti Singh must be credited for the great work he have done. Not
absolutely.
only
He's
for
a
me, but
wonderful
for the music
musician.
as
I
well.
love working with him as well, too.
Of course.
Absolutely. Well, Shaun, we must do this again. I know you have some new releases coming up. So when you finally got them released, you are more than welcome to come out here and you know, we can play those songs for our audience as well too.
Of course. Before I go, Mala, let me say thank you so much to you for inviting me on your program, inviting me on your show. It's been a great pleasure being here.
Yes,
And hopefully we can
absolutely.
do this more often as well.
Awesome. And also I have to thank you for playing my songs on your program as well too. because you're always inboxing me, asking me, so you have any new releases, new tracks?
No,
Thanks for
I
the
mean, it's very important to do that because I'm a person like this. Being on the radio, I love to promote our West Indian culture out there, you know, and it's very important that we continue promoting our local artists.
correct. Yes. Well, thank you again, Shaun. I really appreciate this little segment that we did here with you today. Thank you again. And I wish you all the very best in your musical journey and also on your musical endeavors as a DJ and also on your move to the US. So hopefully we'll see each other sometime next year for sure.
Thank you so much. And to you and everybody, be safe. And everybody there in Canada, you guys be safe as well.
Absolutely. Thank you again. And right about now, I'd like to introduce my second guest for today. Let's just get him in here. Let's see. Connecting.
Hi.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
I am okay. How are you?
I am fine. As you can see, we have a big snowfall happening in Toronto here today.
Lucky for you guys after freeze out. You have lots of rain in Trinidad.
Oh, you're having rain, and I'm pretty sure it's hot as well too, right?
Not so hot. A lot of rain from since last night into this morning.
Right.
It's kind of okay now, but I'm feeling sorry for you guys in Toronto. Lots of snow.
Yeah, well, they're also calling for some power outages maybe later on tonight because the snowfall is so heavy, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so let's get to it. I just want to do like a formal, proper introduction of you. And so Richard is from the band Andaz G3, but they were formerly known as Andaz International, and they've been around for 64 years. The band was established since 1956 by the esteemed Frankie Nanan, considered by many as a real-life legend. Frankie Nanan has been instrumental in taking the local Indian music to a higher standard in Trinidad and Tobago. Frankie Nanan is no longer with us, may his soul rest in peace, but his legacy lives on with his sons. Richard Nanan, our guest here today, he's the owner of the band Andaz G3 in Trinidad and Tobago, and Stephen Nanan, owner of the Destiny Band here in Toronto. Andaz International has been rebranded as Andaz G3 and is one of the top 5 crossover bands in the country. They have battled musically alongside bands like Chandelier, Atlantic, Traffic, and other crossover bands like JMC Trevani, Delina Dunn, SSL Mellow Bugs, and Tech Gaia Tones. They have toured extensively in North America and the Caribbean. So let us formally introduce and welcome our guest here today, Mr. Richard Nanan. Thank you so much, Richard, for joining us.
Thank you, Marla, for having us on board, and the whole Andaz G3 clip, who is locked on, or my family, friends, supporters of Toronto. I will call a lot of names just now, but it's basically about your show today and with myself and my band and my tribute to my dad, Mr. Frankie Nanan. May his soul rest.
Absolutely. All right. So before we get started, let us just talk a little bit about Andaz G3. Now, take us back to Andaz International and how have that band, how did you evolve over the years to become Andaz G3?
Okay, it all started off in the year when my father formed this band, was formerly, you might hear the name Naya Andaz.
Yes, right? I've heard that, yes.
That was the original name called Naya Andaz before it came to Andaz International. And we moved from generation to generation now into Andaz G3, which are the 3rd generation. So the 1st generation was Naya Andaz. Then we came into the 2nd generation, my brother, myself, and my sister Asha. And we moved on to the 2nd generation. Then we came to the 3rd generation with my children and Asha's children and Stephen's children. Right? So there we are with the 3 generations of the 3 different names of the band. But you know, Stephen has his band Destiny, so he is on his
Correct.
own doing his stuff. Respect to him. But
Mhm.
we're talking about Andaz today, and the mere fact that we have moved from point 1, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. So we
Mhm.
started from Naya Andaz in the foundation days. That when my mother and father, right? My mother is really the driving force behind this whole band. Without
Mhm.
my mom, Dolly Nanan, there would be no Andaz today, 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
Right? Give credit to her. There's always say, behind a good woman, a good man is a good woman. It goes vice versa, right?
That
So
is
all her
true.
support and her love towards the music and the husband and the passion she had with him, that is why we are here today.
Mhm.
Because she's the one that really kept with him and he said, Dad, she said, Frankie, I want to buy this hand organ and I want to start this band. He didn't know anything about music, but he started learning to play the harmonium. He started from there and then he went to a combo side. He learned to play drum kit, all the different rhythm instruments and stuff. And he formed his first band called Naya Andaz,
Mhm.
right? That is where he came with the first part of Naya Andaz. And he led the band into a different category of playing Bollywood. And there wasn't too much chutney chutney as how it is now. But he led the music to a different level at which we came now. And we are in phase 2 when my brother, myself, and Asha and a former musical arranger called Mr. Haywood Ramkilawan, who took the band to a different level with myself, my brother, and my sister. We changed the whole atmosphere, the sound, the look at the band, right? And we started from there. My dad just took a back seat and he said, okay, he spoke to my sister, my brother, myself. And we started to move forward with the different styles of disco music. We put in chutney soca music into the band, which was the first band ever to use live brass, which is
Mhm.
very important. When nowadays we now seeing the other bands are trying to incorporate this, but we have been there and done that, right? So we're moving forward. That is where Anders came to a different level. Then we move again. My brother moved over to Canada where he started to make his way into his life and do his stuff with his family and everything. And then he started to bring the band to Toronto. And we give him credit for that. He always worked with his father and myself and brought it Andaz into Toronto. It was still under Naya Andaz, but we named
Right.
it Naya Andaz with brass,
Mhm.
right? And now people started to hear about the band. That is when
Right.
Paul came in and so many things that happened and the band started to get so many work and get popular year after year from 1981 to now. We have been surviving that outside door market, which we have turned the tables to other bands to listen and we have bring a different music towards the table because when we bought Brass into Toronto as the first crossover band in Trinidad, there were bands who were claiming that they were crossovers, but that
Mhm.
never kept us back because we didn't fight. We kept very humble, but our music made its name for itself, right?
Right. Right.
And we just started to cross into everything and we started to play on the road for Caribana. Stephen worked very hard with us also too and promote the band together with Calypso Hot too.
Right.
Paul Rampazad, respect to him also. Many years he have worked with us and he's still working with us too. Up to last year before he was in Toronto for his show. So that is where the generations go from Naya Andaz to Andaz
Right.
International
Right.
Brass
Right.
to Andaz G3 to where we are right
Correct. So who is the glue or what is the glue that holds this band and as G3 together at the moment?
now. Well, it's a driving force, and that's only about myself. It's about a team of people and the musicians that hold the band. I am just the arranger and the driving force behind the band or the
Mhm.
recordings and stuff and the ideas, the new ideas with my daughter who's really behind me. She's an Ableton sampler for the band. She
Right.
was in Toronto last year. And she's the one with the collaboration of the team that we have right now. We work together. So one person can take this how should I say it, this thing for yourself, right? I just forget the word. This popularity for yourself. So it's a
Yeah.
teamwork, and where we are today, it came from inception to family. It grew with us, and the children get in. We put our ideas, and I, as the major head of the team right now, with
Yeah.
my capabilities, I bring the band to this level.
Correct. So how many members of are in your band right now?
Well, we try to keep the band as small as possible. Before I give you the number, because of traveling experiences, the band is just 7 playing musicians, 3 singers and 4 musicians,
Okay.
with 2 sound engineers on board and off stage.
Correct.
But 7 people right now.
Right. So do your kids travel with you whenever you go out for gigs anywhere?
Well, yes, I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and my daughter, you met her last year, Victoria, was
Yes,
in
Victoria.
Toronto.
Correct.
She's an Everton player, and that was the first tour she made with the band.
Right. Yes,
So
and for our viewers who are watching who are from Toronto, Andaz G3 and the entire band was at the Tropical Nights restaurant. I believe it was last during Caravana, right? Caravana Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, Caravana
And
Monday.
then we did Paul's show, and we did lots of stuff in Toronto.
Correct. And who is your frontline singers right now?
Well, we have Raji Sylvester,
Mm-hmm.
we have Rishma Ramlal,
Right.
and we have Virgil. He was already here since 2012. So
Okay.
Virgil Williams is on our CDs and our recordings and stuff. He works in the studio. Those are the 3 frontliners with the band right now. And
Awesome.
I am just filling a spot of the COVID. So I used to sing in my earlier days, and I sang some songs, and I said, let me send it to you and feature me because
well, I think I have a recording of the 3 of them together in a video, and I'd like to play that right now so that our audience knows exactly who we're talking about.
Not a problem. Good.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Oh,
So that's Reshma Ramlal and your entire team in the background there. That your daughter, your son was on drums as well too, right?
He looks like my son. My son was not there that day.
Oh, that's okay. I thought that was your son.
Yeah. That's Ronald's Ramuchan. That's our drummer. Also,
Okay, awesome. That's a beautiful song as well too. Now I know that there are certain members of your family who have been singing for a while, and I didn't even know this. And I know that you're also a singer as well too. You've started singing as well too, professionally.
No, I have been singing since I was nearly around 17 years old.
So does Steven sing as well?
Yes, he sings also.
Really? I've never heard Steven.
I think he's a little bit shy, but he sang a song already also too.
Awesome. Have you guys done a collab together? You, your brother, and your sister?
Well, since Stephen leave from Trinidad, he did one song, but I think he did it for his wife. If I could really remember carefully, he sang a song for his wife, Gita. And I know me and my sister, because we live home in Trinidad, we did a lot of songs. I and Asha did a lot of duets, and we did a lot of CDs, which I'm going to be sending to you.
Right.
Which we have with a lot of not new, but remixes have been done in different cities. But that's not a stray away from the point a little bit, is that with your radio stations and stuff in Trinidad, you know how it is when you have to get your music played. We have done over 12 CDs, Marla, not one.
Right.
A lot of things people don't know about the band, but just because of the fact you are not in the people's eyes or the face, not getting the chance as today, how you are giving us this chance to let people know about ourselves, our background, our band, our music. It's nice to know. I thank you again for giving us this opportunity. And it's just that the music did not reach where it was supposed to reach the people, but it reached Toronto because our fan club in Toronto is really big. So we have been coming to Toronto since 1981, since I know myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, but nevertheless, now thank God for social media and things like what you guys are doing on Instagram and all these things. I mean, the music is getting there. People know the band 10 times more than what they know it, and there's a lot of music. They can log into YouTube, Instagram, check all the band members on Reshma Ramlal, myself, Victoria, Runners, Harris Martin at the Andaz International page. There's lots of music to really listen to, which people are now getting to know more of the band.
So with you saying all of that, this brings me to my next question. I know how difficult it is, like, to be successful. You can be the best singer, and if you don't get the proper promotion in Trinidad and Tobago, you're not going anywhere. Nobody outside of Trinidad and Tobago is going to know who you are if your music is not being played on radio or if it's not being promoted outside of Trinidad. So with that being said, like, you have been voted as one of the top 5 crossover bands. How difficult was the process in order to get there? Hello?
I'm here. You hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Did you hear the question that I just said?
I know it was breaking up there. Go ahead.
So yes, I was just asking. I did not hear the question. You've been labeled as one of the top 5 crossover bands in Trinidad and Tobago, and given the fact that it's so difficult sometimes to get your music promoted or played on radio, what were some of the struggles that you had to go through in order to get into that top 5?
Well, the struggles we had here in Trinidad is if your music is not being heard on the radio, you are not going to be heard as one of the 1 to 5 bands in the country. We have been there, but since my dad has passed away for the past, this next week Saturday will make him 13 years. You hear me clearly, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we hear each other. So with the struggle that we have when my dad passed away, I kind of kept it a little low because I had to see about my family and stuff and get everything in order. So we rebranded the band and we came back about 3 years now. We opened up our studio, which is Andaz G3 Studio right now. We started to promote our own music, build our own music, get our singers involved, do our own recording, mix and master and everything. So now the competitions that we have in Trinidad is just the mere fact that if you are not, let me just put it across like this, if you are not a Delina Dan or a Karma or somebody else, right? And the friends of who knows who and who knows who are a friend of a friend, so it will go. But I don't let that worry me because they always say when you have something good and you are good, you can't keep a good man down or keep a good music down. We have proven that many times to people in this country. But there are some hard-headed people, sorry to say it like this, but I will say, right? They don't accept the mere fact of the knowing that you are good because they have their friends in certain places and certain stations that will tell them, don't play that track, play this track, play that track. Why should it be so? So let me just take myself out of the picture for a minute or two. What about the younger artists you have coming up in Toronto, Trinidad, Guyana, Suriname, over the world? And they need a chance to be heard. Is there a forum for them in Trinidad to be heard? The mere fact is that they don't give the people a fair chance because my singer blew it out a cover there and I give her right, Rishma Ramnal. She did a song with the band, and if she didn't make that statement, the song would not have been heard. We did a song, Hey Duku Bandan for Diwali. We did 5 other couple songs, right? And it's only when she opened her mouth, well, I mean, Rishma Ramnal, she don't have a bit for she mouth, but she's right in the sense because she's outspoken. I give her credit for that. She's my lead female vocalist of the band. She stands up for me, and she's not afraid to open her mouth and say what is right, right? Because minus us, let me say tomorrow morning, let me say these 2 producers only what they want to play. They know who they are when you call their name. Suppose something wrong with them and they get sick and they fall flat. Are they going to give the other producers like myself, Guyadine, or somebody else, or Wizzy, just joining me if I give them that chance to bring their music? Because we are the people to raise the industry. I am not into music today. I've worked the whole circle of playing and backing up artists for different shows, Chakti Soka Monarch, Vijay Ramlal, for Chakti Soka Foundation, where we have gotten awards with my father band, and do lots of things. But we need to give the people, the younger generation, a chance to prove themselves. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I know that there is a lot of competition, stiff competition in Trinidad, and a lot of issues going on with some of the radio stations. I'm not going to call names, but I have heard about these issues, and it's sad to know that there are favoritism in play, especially when it comes to music, because I find that if a track is good and if the music is good, then why not play it? Why does it have to be, oh, well, I'm only going to play a certain artist's music and I'm not going to play the rest?
Well, I'll tell you the problem with that. If you ask some of them in the station, what are their qualifications in music? To me, some of them don't have nothing. They are DJs. How could you put a DJ to judge a band music? Or ask them what is a 12 dB plus or minus? Tell them what is a mastering of a song. They know nothing in my book. Mm-hmm. You know, things like these, you need to know what you need, what people need to know, because so much young people, like I have a girl, she's 6 years old, Caitlin Sultan. I listen to her, right? Very young, upcoming. And you know that they don't give the younger people a chance for their music to be heard.
Well, I think she's been doing a wonderful job. Her mom is doing an excellent job in promoting her. Right.
But they need the radio station need to push the younger generation, let them go out there and be heard. Because
exactly. I'm amazed. Look, since I've started doing this program, I'm amazed at how much very, very good talent Trinidad and Tobago has. Like, there's so many hidden talent, hidden gems out there that haven't been heard. Nobody out here has heard them. And it's so important to bring those people, those artists to the forefront and let their voices be heard, because there's so much talent. Even in Guyana, there's a lot of talent out there as well too. So I am trying my best to get as many newcomers, new ones out as possible as well too. So
that's it. Bottom line, once you can have them, give them that push, what you're doing for me today as any other artist. Let
Yeah,
them be heard. Let them be seen.
correct,
No?
correct. So Richard, just want to give a shout out to Asha Ramratan is on right now. There's Alvin Lee on as well too. And so Alvin, I just want to answer your question. Why are you asking about Stephen? This is about Andaz and Frankie Nanan. Who is this Alvin guy? Do you know him?
Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
worry about
Alvin,
that.
I have to tell you that I know Stephen personally, and I know that this is a family of musicians. So that is why I asked the question I'm asking about Stephen as well too. I did ask Stephen to make an appearance on the program here today with you, but he, as you said, is shy. He's more behind the scenes kind of man. And so Stephen was the one who made my very, very first track. I wanted, like when I first started singing, I was singing karaoke, and I said, Stephen, make me some songs. And Stephen made me like 10 songs, I believe, on a CD. And this was like going back 15 years or so.
That's nice. Very good.
So yes, that's the reason, Alvin, why I'm asking about Stephen, because I know these guys are brothers.
That's okay.
All right. Okay, so let's go back to your father for a minute and talk a little bit about him. I do believe that there is, you said that his death anniversary is coming up next week?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's next Saturday, yeah.
Exactly. And there is a video, a tribute video on YouTube that I got to Mvinti Sono Sabaki. Is that the voice of the late Frankie Nanan?
Yes, that was recorded a couple of years, around 14 years ago.
Wow. All right, so I'm going to play that video now, and then after we come back, we can talk about him and his legacy.
No problem.
बिनती सुनो सबकी कल्याण करो जग का तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी कल्याण करो जग का सजराग देखा करके उतार करो दुर्गा उतार करो दुर्गा तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी दर्शन हो माँ तेरे सबकी अभिलाषा है मन में रहो तुम सबके तुमसे यही आशा है दर्शन हो माँ तेरे सबकी अभिलाषा है मन में रहो तुम सबके तुमसे यही आशा है क्या मेरा क्या उसकी न पराया क्या, सतजोत जला करके रोशन करो जग सारा, रोशन करो जग सारा। तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी, संसार तो माया है, कभी धूप कभी छाया है। एक दिन उस जाना है जो भी यही पाया है। संसार तो माया है, एक दिन उस जाना है, एक दिन उस जाना है। जो भी यही पाया है, क्या रंग है जीवन क्या, क्या रूप है माप का। तुम ज्ञान बढ़ा करके उपकार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दुर्गा। तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का। सदराह देखा करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा। तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी,
Wow, that was amazing. And I'm sure you guys, that brings back a lot of nostalgic memories.
It did, it did. That's some memories from my father.
It looks
Me,
like, because from the slideshow alone, I mean, Stephen is like the print of his father.
he is, yes, he is.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So there's Stephen and you, and I believe you have a sister, Asha, as well, too?
Well, I have my brother. Let me start from the big. Asha is the biggest,
Okay.
right? Then you have Indira Nanan, you know Indira,
Yes.
right? It have Shamin.
Okay.
Nanan. It has Susan, who lives up in Kualbu, somewhere up on that side.
Okay.
And then I have one of my sisters. She passed away about 21 years now. She was the second sister. May her soul rest in peace. That's Shakintala Nanan. And then I have my brother, and then I have myself, which I'm the last.
Wow. I didn't realize. Oh my. Okay. That's a big family right there. So all of your siblings together, so you and Stephen have the bands and you're singing, and you've got Asha also sings as well too, right?
Yeah, she's there with the band also too. Not full time, but she's there because she loves us singing, and she also comes in when it's the right time for the right shows. You know, she's a mother now with 2 kids, so you know we give her that time to do what she has to do.
Correct.
But she's always there fully supporting and doing what.
I believe I have a track from her. I got a track from YouTube. So why don't we play that right now? I can see that you're a little bit emotional as well. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to recover, and I'll play another song in the meantime.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ। हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे। मुझको जग में भेजा, निर्मल देखा काया, आकर इस संसार मैंने इसको दाग लगाया। जन्म जन्म की मैली चादर कैसे दाग छुड़ाऊं, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे। निर्मल वाणी पाकर तुझसे नाम न तेरा गाया, नैन मुंद कर हे परमेश्वर कभी न तुझको दाया। मन वीणा की तार न टूटे, अब क्या गीत सुनाऊं, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे। तेरे मंदिर कभी न आया, जहाँ जहाँ को पूजा तेरी कभी न शेष झुकाया। हे हरि हर में हर की आया, अब क्या हर चढ़ाऊं, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ। हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे।
That was a wonderful, wonderful song. And she has such a powerful voice. She's really good.
Yes,
She's
that's one of a song from we did an album together, the Wadi album,
yes,
and that's one of the songs from the album, nostalgic album.
right, right.
I'll send that album to you so you can always have it for your personal use of any time you want to play anything from the band. Whatever
Absolutely.
what occasion you always have it for the occasion to play.
That's a beautiful song, and she has such a powerful voice as well too. She should be a part of your band for
But
sure.
Asha, but if you know, I don't know if you don't know the history with Asha, but she started at age singing from 6 years old,
Right.
and she hasn't given up, and she has been on the stage from since then till now. But you know, when you're married, you take a different turn to see what the
Correct,
kids
correct.
and everything. But she's still in the singing. She has released lots of CDs. That's what I was telling earlier on. Our music hasn't been heard because of the fact it wasn't get airplayed. So when I
Yeah.
send you all these 12 albums and you listen, you will
Hmm.
ask yourself, but why? What is the reason? But
Right.
nevertheless, when something is good, it will be heard one day.
Yeah, for sure. And you're absolutely right when you say that it's so important for radio play for the radio stations to do to play the songs and air the songs, because for people like me, I never knew that she was a singer until I saw that song on YouTube, and you sent it to me, and I'm like, what? She sings as well?
Yeah,
So
she has lots of music outside here, and with songs with me, myself, with herself solo, and with her
mhm.
father also duets. She, I remember she was singing from 6 years old.
Right,
Before I
right.
came on board, she was there. Before me and Stephen came on board, she was.
Wow. Amazing, amazing.
So it's
Well,
all in the family.
she should definitely keep singing because she has a very strong, powerful voice. She really does.
Well, she let's say before the first week in January, you will hear a trio song with her coming out. It's I won't say what is it, but it's the
Okay.
mixing studio right now.
All right.
But
So
you will
there's
be able to listen to get it.
yes, so there's new stuff coming out. Absolutely. So does any other of your sisters sing as well too?
Well, them girls could sing it, but I think they sing mostly in the bathroom. But you know, they're good. They get what to do. Shaman, she plays some guitar.
Oh,
Susan, she not
nice.
into too much in the music. In there, she always there supporting fully.
Right.
For my sisters, everybody. What I must say, they fully support our band, my
Yeah.
brother's band. Everybody, they support fully, do what they have to do in their own way.
Right. Right.
It's a love, and we keep it like that.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, I know that you're like the musical arranger for all of the music in the band and whatever. I also know that there's a creative process that everybody goes through, whether it's singers, musicians, or songwriter, or whatever. What is your creative process like?
Musically, there's what you're speaking about. There'll be a little more precise.
Musically.
Musically, what I've been driving towards the band as is Andaz G3 is the force of the mixes of the music. Because if you listen, like you play Gazab Kahidin, right? But that was a
Yeah.
live performance.
Yes.
I send you Gazab Kahidin with a remix version, right? Like I always try to not to be Kumar San. If you're a Kumar San, you sing like Kumar San. Don't expect me to sound like Kumar San. I will sing his songs, and I will be me, right? And that's what I try to project, because I can be you, do what you are doing, right?
Mhm.
I have to be me and what I stand for, and what is in my mind, and what I think I know. I will capture the people's heart, the musician's heart, and the people's heart. I think I use that because my driving force behind my music. There's a secret behind me, which I've passed it on to my daughter. I told her, and
Mhm.
I showed her that secret of how I combine my music, and the way how
Right.
I arranges my music with a little bit of different drive, a different bit touches in Bollywood remixes with contemporary rock music. I have a song coming out maybe next week. It's with Virgil and Anil Pitti.
Uh,
That will speak for itself, and you would understand the criteria of the sound, the bridging of the song, the music, the tones, the quality, the mixing, the engineering. That's
right.
me. That's a
Right.
total package of what I does myself.
Yeah. And
Right?
how important do you think it is to have like some type of like for singers, some type of music training, vocal training?
But I really, my sister and keep on always telling me, I am a fully pledged musician. If you don't know, I play from rhythms, from tabla, dola, congas, three-piece, any rhythm instruments. Then I move on to rhythm guitar. Rhythm. The only guitar I can't play is rhythm. I can play bass. I move over to keys. I was musically taught to play keys. My father sent me to be taught about that. And then I move over to learn how to use the up-to-date equipment with my brother. He used to help me and show me a lot with the MPC and stuff. And I move over into engineering to do mixing and mastering in my studio. So I move over to a different level of collaborating myself with everything that involves around me.
Right, right. So does your singers, your frontline singers, do they have any type of professional training as well?
Well, I know Reshma, she was taught professionally from the, I can't remember the name of the school, for, what she's very good. She was musically taught and singing all different types of ballad and Hindi and everything. Rajesh he learned in the temple, then he came by me for 11 years and he grew with me, and that is where he's right now today. Virgil is a man, Williams. He's in the Socafi from Traffic to Roy Keep, all these bands, the great experiences that he have. He's a sample techno, he's a singer with the band, he works very closely with me. And he has proper formal training of singing and all instruments that he plays, even in the studio, mixing and mastering. So it's a full team that everyone in the band, the musicians, the singers, they know what they're about and what they can do on a stage. They're not perfect. Everybody makes mistake. We have to pick it up and go with it and correct it. By the end of the day, we only strive to get better, right? And that is what we are about. Because we came to Toronto last year before. We made our mark after how much years? 2012 was the last year we was there. Yes. I picked up the band. I came to Toronto. I worked very hard, right? And I got there with all the push and all the runarounds, and it was good. It was good with the support of my brother and Vijay with the sound system and everything. We worked very hard, and we pulled it off. We did pull a complete show, backed up 16 artists, and we played a session. We had a full Caribana weekend. We played for Stephen Show, Chutney Fest. We backed up the artists and stuff. The artists from Trinidad, we backed them up and we did a performance. And all of our shows, we had 5 shows and everyone was totally booked and sold out. Everyone was good.
Right, right. So how long have you been singing for?
Hey, I've been singing. Let me go back a little bit here to make sure I get the right thing. I started my singing career in, let me see, about 24 years ago.
Wow. And you have recorded stuff from back then?
Yes, plenty music. The stuff that I sent for you, you would hear a difference right when I was younger. Now, I mean, we get older in life. We can't stay young forever, right?
All right, so
you would hear music now from years to years come up.
I'll let my viewers stay tuned. So I'm gonna play a couple of your songs that you sent me.
No problem.
I think I got a couple from YouTube as well too. So I'll play something.
No problem.
Let's see. I think it's this one.
What's up? Are you ready for this? Get your hands up. Get your hands up.
मैंने जाने इश्क की गली बस तेरी आहें मिली मैंने चाहूं ना तुझे पर मेरी एक ना चली इश्क में निगाहों को मिलती है ये बारिशें फिर भी क्यों कर रहा दिल तेरी ख्वाबों दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं ना सुनूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं क्या करूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं ना सुनूं दिल मेरी मुझको ये है मोह तेरा रातें न अब मेरी ना हमें सवेरा जाने लगा मेरी ये इश्क मेरा इश्क में निगाहों को मिलती है ये बारिशें फिर भी क्यों कर रहा दिल तेरी ख्वाहिशें दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं ना सुनूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं क्या करूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं ना सुनूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं क्या करूं ओ दिल तो है दिल का क्या गुस्ताख है ये डरता नहीं पागल बेबाक है ये है रकीब खुद का है इंतफाज है ये इश्क में निगाहों को मिलती है ये बारिशें फिर भी क्यों कर रहा दिल तेरी ख्वाहिशें दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं ना सुनूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं क्या करूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं ना सुनूं दिल मेरी ना सुने दिल का मैं क्या करूं
So you're a musician, you're a singer, you're band leader, you're like this bucket full of, sorry, can you hear me there?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So you're all these things rolled up into one, just a bucket full of talent here, and your entire family, they're all so very talented, including your brother who is here in Toronto with the band Destiny, of course. We'll definitely have to do a little expose on him as well at some point, hopefully when he's ready for it. It would have been great if he was here today so that, you know, you guys could have, you know, talked about your dad together and whatever. But is there anything you would like to say to your viewers on behalf of your father and your family?
Yeah, I mean, coming to my dad, I mean, I just want to say, his name, Frankie Nanan, will always lived on as an ustad and will be in the ear of a lot of people because he have known for his music, his courage, his humble way, his productive way in what he did, and his mind, his sweet, soulful mind, and his singing will lead to others. And a lot of things came out from him. He has been victorious in the sense of bringing artists, a lot of artists with names and bands in this country who have been very thankful to him. Let's name a few people like Sundar Popo started off with Andaz. You
Really?
know, Raj Shorty came from here, Sundar Popo. Ricky Jai, Chhattisgarh Monarch 6-7 times.
Right.
Came at us, learned to play a guitar, came to learn to play a box guitar. And he knows Stephen, he knows us well. We used to go host parties together. He then jumped on board and we tell him, okay, well, Rick, try a song. And that was the beginning of a new career for him.
Wow.
So there's so many achievements of my father, which he won. He was awarded the National Charity Foundation, where they give him an award. I have it in the band room here. Even from Shorty and the Circle, they give him an award for his dedication, his love towards music. Even the promoters who knew him from Toronto, like Paul Rampasad, big up to him who's listening on the inside. All these people and a lot of friends and family, band members like from TNT Gayatoons formed out of Andaz International, Andaz. Kapil and his brothers and all these guys learned to play under my father. My father taught these guys how to play music. And today they are they're very fruitful in what they do. They have their own band. Capel has his children also, and she has his band also too. And Capel always talks about that. If it wasn't for him, he put food in his mouth for his children.
Right.
And which is when you hear things like this, Mala, you feel so good to know that, you know, these things what my dad did, it wasn't just to say he was a very humble, kind man. He always given. He said he always gives sentimental words. He always live up to his words. And in life, I must say we, as a people, family, we have to adopt these policies and run with it. Because today, people speak about they live their legacies of parents, right? But when you say you live it, you have to walk it. Don't just say it. Don't just say it and you don't walk it and you don't do what you're supposed to do and pay that tribute to them when you have certain things to be done in certain manner, because you need to show your aspiration and show your love at every point of time. And not only to my father, but to my mom, who's still here with us, right? And she still supports me in any way, in everything. My mother is listening. She's upstairs right here by me. She lives with me and I live with me. We are all here together as one. And I want to say, she still supports Andaz in any way we do anything, because her legacy is part of my father's legacy.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And for all her children, I just want to say to my wife, Debbie, Sumati, my wife who supports me, my children, Kevin, and my daughter, the Ableton player of the band. My sisters from Asha and her husband, Harish Ramratan, fully supports the band. Indira, who lives in Canada, Susan Murray, who is locked on, my sister, my brother-in-law, her children, my brother and his wife, Steve and his wife, and my sister Shamin and her husband, everybody, Alvin, everybody, and my supporters and everybody in Toronto, going back from Paul Rampasad, go back from Tropical Nights, there's so many. My good friend from Miami who's locked on, Mr. Garnet Hasmatali, who supports his band fully. Looking forward to soon in Toronto, Miami next year, once the COVID goes right.
Yes.
Right, and everybody, Andy Punwasi, Sushma Rajput, Anil Singh, Mr. Mike, Eraram Logan, the man with all the videos, and so many support in Toronto. My people who stayed away with the band years and stuff with Andaz have made themselves proud and made me proud.
Right.
And doing well, you know. I just want to say, keep on plugging and do what we have to do best. And thank you very much, Alan, for having us.
You. So what can we expect next from Andaz G3 within the next year? Like say next year, for instance, their year is almost over.
You're pushing me, but I will still tell you.
Okay. You know, I was going to ask that one, right?
But I will still break it to you. Well, I was in Guyana last year. I went and we already organized to have a show and then the COVID stopped us. So that show is pending in the National Stadium. Right? And also we have, once thing goes right, we'll be up there for Mother's Day. Please go next year. And you know, we do Caribana and stuff. So we already have our bookings for Caribana for next year. Once thing goes good.
Absolutely. I think once this COVID is over and we're back to normal again, next year is going to be like one big party. I mean, everyone's just going to try to make up for the losses from this year. You know,
the coming party, have a good time. But I want to send a next message to my studio, right? I'm inviting all the young people, even yourself, everybody, to come out. And if you have a song, you want to do something, and you want to promote yourself, and you want to reach the people, you can contact me at 1-868-374-0675. And if they want to contact you, to contact me, Mala, you have my number and everything. Yes. My studio.
Yes.
Or go on Instagram or go on YouTube, type in Andaz, you get all the information on the Andaz International webpage also too. And I'm trying to push the younger generation, not only in Trinidad, in Toronto, in Guyana and Suriname. I have something coming off. I am working with a lot of artists right now. Right? Before I forget, I have some friends, Mr. Anand, who is locked in, Mr. William Kumar, also my friends, Hope Steveman, also my friends. I want to say hello to these guys, everybody.
Right.
For supporting me with the band, I've always been there for Andaz.
Right, right.
So there's more to come up from Andaz.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Richard. But before we go, just to, give a little bit of a lighter spin on things, I have a little bit of a few rapid fire questions as a little fun thing that I've come up with. And so I'll ask 5 questions and you just tell me what comes to mind without even thinking about it. Okay. So here goes. And remember, it's fun, okay?
Okay.
What do you hate most about singers?
Well, in my ears, I don't like to hear singers sing off. That shows me unbalance. The key
Okay,
must be correct in my like actually tuned to that.
good stuff. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food. Well, I mean, I like food, but well, listen, that rice and bhaji is good, eh?
Awesome, awesome. And how do you unwind after a long day?
Well, that's an easy question. Once I come in my studio, I put on my music and start to play, I get to go. That's my thing.
Great stuff. What is your favorite song?
Ooh, I like to sing Arjit. Sing. I love Mukesh and Kishore, but my favorite song is let me see. I have so many songs. I like Suhani Rat. It's a nice song that catches you.
You're right. Okay. All right. And which artist would you like to work with next?
In Trinidad, locally, internationally, where?
Anywhere.
Well, if I had the privilege to work with Abhijit, I would like that very much. Maybe one day.
Wow. Awesome.
I like how he
Perfect.
sings. I like his songs. I like his style. He has his age, but his voice does not feel. It stays young.
Exactly.
Obviously, my father always like Abhijit. I think I fall in not because he like what I think his style is very nice and he's a unique singer. His own way.
Very, very much so. Exactly. Well, Richard, it was my pleasure to host you here today. I just want to thank you very much for being on, for talking about, your family background, your musical start, your band, and paying tribute to your father as well. I know you guys have something planned for next week for his memorial, and all the blessings go out to you and your family. And I wish you guys all the very best. And I hope to hear more of your music in the coming months. And please do send me some of your tracks, and I'll be sure to play them at some point or the other during my program.
For
I'll be more
sure.
than happy to do that.
Well, thank you so much for having me. For my friends, family, everybody is looking on. Thank you for supporting Andaz G3. Thank you very much, Mala, and everybody in Toronto, Suriname, Guyana, everybody.
Yes.
Blessings to each and everyone.
And we have some people watching from South Africa as well too. So it's so once this live is over, I'll be sharing it all over the place. So everyone will take a listen later on tonight or whenever they're free. And to all of our viewers who are locked on right now, I want to thank you guys so much for all of your lovely comments and for sharing the page and giving all the likes and thumbs ups and hearts to Richard here today. And Richard, again, my humblest thank you to you and to your family. And I wish you guys all the very best in your musical journey ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Well, to our viewers and to everybody else who's watching around the world, thank you guys for logging in with us today. And we want to wish you all the very best in your week ahead. Remember to stay safe and social distance. Be kind to one another, and this world can only be a better place starting with you. Make sure you wear your mask, social distance, and stay safe. Be safe, guys. All right, and join us again next Sunday, same time, same place, when I present to you 2 beautiful, talented young ladies, one from Holland. She's a singing sensation on YouTube. You can check her out, Sanjana, Lady Sanjana, and from Aruba, Alicia Mungru, who just was the first runner-up in a beauty competition in Aruba. So until next time, same place, same time. We'll see you guys next week, and have a fantastic rest of your Sunday night, and have a wonderful week ahead of you. I will leave this live right now with a song. I'll play one of my favorite song actually.
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं हम मीरा के जैसे भुलाते नहीं हम मीरा के जैसे भुलाते नहीं कहते हैं भगवान गाते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान गाते नहीं पैर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं पैर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं भगवान सोते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं
गोपियों की तरह हम नचाते नहीं
गोपियों की तरह हम नचाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं हम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते 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 नहीं
So I hope you enjoyed that bhajan by Raymond Ramnarine and Dilly Nadan and G-Tree. It's one of my favorites, and I'm sure it's yours as well too. So thank you again, everyone, for watching. And until I see you again next week, have a safe week ahead. Bye for now, everybody. And remember to wear your mask and be safe. Thank you.